Alright guys, so yeah, continuing the taking away the fear series for airbrushes. Today I'm going to talk about an excellent product that I've got, which is the Badger 105 Patriot airbrush. I was talking to Ken Badger, the CEO of Badger Airbrushes, a while back, and I was talking, I think it's time that I started to look into the uses of a finer quality airbrush. Now I feel I'm ready for it, and he offered to send me some over, and here we go. I'm going to start using these babies, and I've got to say, so far I am totally impressed. Now there's no need to fear an airbrush of this quality, to be honest guys, and what I'm going to do in front of you today, I'm going to dismantle this baby, show you what it's all about and the pros and cons, and you can make your own mind up, but it's a beautiful piece of kit. So yeah, let's start the process. Okay, so the 105 Patriot, it's one of the newer range airbrushes featured on their website. It's a mid-range airbrush, single size needle and nib, and so far I'm just seriously impressed. As with all Badger airbrushes, they come with the protective rubber cap, which protects the needle at the front. Super smooth operation guys, I have to say, it really is. Anyway, enough waffling, let's get on with it. This particular one comes with a rubber seal, which is really nice fitting, excellent cup, no problems there, really cool. Now one of the main features that really impresses me about this airbrush is this little bit here, this locking nut. Now as you're aware, when you're using airbrushes from time to time, paint can clog on the nib. Normally you would have to take off all the rear of the airbrush, get the needle out and so forth, but with this all you need to do is just loosen off this little locking nut here, grab the ball at the end, and there you go, look, needle will come straight out if you wanted it to. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to remove the needle carefully, put it to one side. Okay, now then I'm going to remove the rear section. Just pop that down a minute. There it is, all in one guys. Okay, take off the locking nut, place that there. Right, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to screw out the tension ring there. Do you see that guys? That's really cool. There we go, that's got it. Screw the whole section out. There we go, it's coming. There we go. Let's place that there a second. Now what you've got here, take that section, place it there, and within there there's actually a spring. Now if you see this knurled nut here, you'll see that there's another washer here. I'm turning it. Now what that is a spring tensioner. So when you have the trigger and you're pulling it back, it actually it'll change the tension of the motion, if I'm explaining myself properly. I know I'm not very good at this sort of thing, but I'll explain greater detail when I put it back together. And then of course you can just pop out the trigger and the spring behind it. There we go. And the cool thing about this is it's actually got a little slot there to help you put that back in when you come to it. And then on the front end you have the cone, which is what I call a cone. Now the beauty with these is once you screw this second part off, there we go, as you can see, the nib just drops out. These just actually fit. Let me just grab it, there we go. These just actually fit in a collet there. There's no screws or threads necessary to keep it in place. It just sits in there nicely. Beauty of the Badger airbrush is that they just do not need any tools whatsoever. Everything is finger tight. So there you go guys, that's as much as you would need to dismantle these. Also, just so you know, this bit on the end here, I won't actually use it. This is for quick release for the hose. Badger generally supply a standard adapter that goes on there to fit with the most standard airbrush hoses, which is what I tend to use. But there you go, that's it, completely dismantled. No big fear, no big problem. So what we'll do now is we'll put it back together. Okay then, so let's reassemble this bad boy. We'll start with the front end. So I'm going to get the nib, I'm going to place that in there gently. And get the first collet, gently screw down. The threads will locate very easily. Just finger tight. There we go. And then this section. Done. No problems there, as you can see. Very simple. Right. Now we're going to place the trigger in. It's very easy to locate. As you can see, you can press up and down, you know you're actually reaching the correct area. And then this little gizmo here. Slide it in. In fact, it'd be easier, guys, if you plonk this in first. Fits in the slot lovely, no problems there. Then locate the trigger. Yeah. Then what I'll do is at that point I'll just hold that there. Now this section, as you can see, there's a flat on there, so just locate it within the other chamber. There you go, in and out, no problem. Place that in there, screw in gently. Make sure that keeps moving so the flat's located. Keep going, guys, there you go. There we go. Just located the flat area again, screw it in a bit more. Keep going till it stops. Making sure that section still moves, it does. There we go, finger tight. There, the trigger is now smooth again and held in position. No problems. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to place the locking nut back on. Just a little bit. You don't want it locking at all. I'm going to actually depress the trigger here and pull it back a little bit so there's no interference to the needle. Must be very careful when applying the needle. Very gently. Slide it through. Release the trigger. Yep, that's coming through the other end, no problem. And we'll just finger tight that lock nut up there. Now at this point here, as you can see, here's that tension knurled screw that I was talking about. That basically alters the tension of the pullback, so you know, to suit your own purposes really. I like mine to be fairly smooth and loose. Others will prefer theirs quite, you know, a bit of tension on it, but so that's mine set up. Everything's just finger tight. Then finally, screw on the rear section. And there you go, guys. That's all there is to it. I'll just place that on there so I don't lose it. Protect my needle. Put my cap back on. There we go. There's no great complexity about this at all. It's a fantastic looking brush. It's finished absolutely lovely, and I'm really excited to start using this. So yeah, this is a middle of the road airbrush, general all-purpose use, capable of going from fine lines to very big areas, guys, and I will demonstrate this in a video very soon. You can obtain this throughout America, and you can also obtain it within the UK. I will put a link in the description for a perfect place for you to purchase this in the UK. Fantastic looking brush, really excited about it and looking forward to using it. So I hope that's allayed a few fears for you guys on the dismantling of an airbrush, a Badger airbrush, just to prove, guys, that it's no more complex than other airbrushes, but it does have some beautiful features on it, which I'm really keen to get using. So cheers for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.